Good evening, President Sarto,
Good evening.
members of the village board. Well, this last guy really screwed things up here. First of all, I have a copy of that letter, and it doesn't mention anything about Mexicans, except the last thing, when it says, "Are you tired of seeing the Mexican flag flown above our flag?" I am. If I see it, I go over to the gentleman and I tell him, in this country, you put the American flag above the American flag. And you know what? He did it the next day. Now, this guy, all he does is talk about racism. For all I know, that letter was sent by one of his people because we have nothing to do with race. We want laws obeyed. We want the federal laws obeyed. Now, back to my notes. Okay. First things first, the forum back on May 22nd had two experts. Who says they were experts? There was a pro-illegal attorney and a man, Mr. Perryman, who was involved in Border Patrol and INS duties for 20 years, while the illegal border crossings were at a high amount. Then he goes to Chicago INS, and now Chicago is a sanctuary for illegals. Could have set the base for that, who knows? Was it 40 illegals? You never know. Naturally, they say these ordinances are wrong. They are pro-illegal. What a surprise. They are pro-illegal representatives. Excuse me. There were no anti-illegal representatives there. What a surprise. Now, this English for official language ordinance, instead of using another language for signage, how about using international symbols and English? As for phone emergencies, there is federal law already to cover different languages. This ordinance can be amended to cover language of differences. Pass the English for the official language of Carpentersville ordinance. Keep the Illegal Alien Relief Immigration Act ordinance tabled until other cities' verdicts are resolved, as you said you were going to do anyway when you tabled it. Why pass it and open up the lawsuit trail? Speaking of lawsuits, does our village president like spending the taxpayers' money to satisfy his private, here we go again. Does our village president like spending taxpayer money for a private attorney to settle his problems? The illegal situation should be solved by lawful means, not by intimidation, threats, and demonstrations. This is the United States of America, not a foreign country. Thank you.